What's up, everybody? It's me. I hadn't been here in a while. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. I've actually got material I need to upload. And stuff from like 2-3 weeks ago. So, anyways, just a little update before I get started. I know a lot of y'all are expecting me to do 3 months over the road and start getting in my own truck. I'm putting that on hold. Got another thing kind of lurking out there. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you already know. But put it on here on YouTube. I'll just kind of wait until it's the right time. I'll make my decision. But there's a couple things going on. I still want to own a truck, but I will maybe put that on hold a little bit. Just kind of milk what I have now. I'm just really leery about doing 3 months over the road. It's quite a bit of pay cut for me, you know. So, anyways, you know, we'll see what happens, and you'll be the first to know, or second or third or something. But you'll know real fast whenever, as if you are sitting on the edge of your seat waiting on what I'm going to do. But as far as that other thing goes, it's a real opportunity for me to move, you know, and make more money as well. So we'll see. Another thing before we get started is that, look at this. I'm growing a beard. I'm growing my winter coat out. It's still September. Football season starts this week. But the problem is, it's so hot. Now, if you watched the video I did, maybe 2-3 years ago, I was with Butler Transport still. That had been 3 years ago. Something like that. It was winter time, and it was like below 20, below zero, 20 below zero or something like that, or 10 below. It was really cold. I was up in Michigan. And I said on the video, I said, I will not complain about the Texas heat ever again. Because it's like, you know, here, our winters here are pretty mild compared to what they have up north. So, I've been pretty good on that. But you know what? I'm trying to get cooler weather to get here. So, in order to do that, I'm just trying to grow out a winter coat here. Maybe that Mother Nature or the Lord himself will just sit there and say, you know what? It's worth his effort for it to cool down. You know, after all, we've actually had a real mild summer anyway, but, you know, I'm ready for it to cool down and everything and just not get too cold. Alright, this video is about Bonehead Truckers. But really, I'm not really throwing anyone under the bus this time. But it's just basically, I wanted to let y'all know why I started the Bonehead Trucker videos a couple, 2-3 years ago that I started it. It was really the spur of the moment thing. Guy was screwing up in front of me and I just filmed it. Actually, there's a couple of guys getting in a fight over something. You know, someone was in someone's way and they were getting out, you know, yelling and everything. So I bust out the video camera and just start filming, right? Well, that's the same guy that was picking a fight started pulling into a parking spot nose first, not on the end of an aisle, not where, I mean, you know, you'd have to see the video. And it was like, okay, this guy is here and there picking fights with other truckers and pulling in nose first like way he did. You know, I'm not against people pulling nose first all the time, but in instances like that, you know, it's uncalled for. And you have to see Bonehead Truckers #1. And I just was spur of the moment calling it Bonehead Truckers because it's like, you know, I was kind of laughing at the guy because, and I got all sorts of hate. Oh, you should have put down the camera and helped him. How am I going to help a guy when he's sitting there picking fights with other guys? So surely he did not want my help, didn't want anybody's help. He just wanted, you know. So I said, screw it, I'm going to film him. You know, what an idiot, you know. Picking fights with drivers. So, anyway, so I started off with that and did like number 1, number 2, and all this. But the whole point of it is to draw attention to what not to do. You know, everybody makes mistakes, okay? I'm not going to film a guy for making a mistake, you know. Or I probably will film a guy if he's making a mistake. If you see a video I upload here in a day or two, maybe even a night. But he's not a bonehead, you know, just from making a mistake. You know, people make mistakes. I understand that. You help people out, and I'm all about helping people out. What a bonehead does is that he loses all pride. He has no pride in his job whatsoever, has no pride in his industry whatsoever, has no courtesy to other drivers, which falls into pride. And you got a bonehead. And we got more and more of it. I mean, we've got a guy sitting there throwing a bag of crap out on a parking lot. You know, that's a bonehead. You know, you got guys blocking fuel islands just so they can get themselves a drink. You know, not in the fuel island, in front of the fuel island. Not past it, you know, where you're out of people's way. No, I mean, you know, here you are, there's a truck you know, fueling up, and you get behind that truck, and instead of sitting there waiting for a few minutes, you just go and park and go get your daggum stuff. And meanwhile, there's drivers sitting there trying to get their stuff, you know, get their fuel and go. It takes 15 minutes. Not even that, you know, if you got reefer, it may take closer to 15 minutes. Most of the time, it takes about 7 to 8 minutes for me, you know. Fuel both tanks up, wash my windows, you know. Add a couple more minutes for reefer fuel, or DEF. You know, and then you got guys wearing flip-flops at shippers and receivers. You know, those guys don't have any pride in what they do. Well, you got guys sitting there not taking a shower, showing up at a receiver wearing sweatpants. I'm not against sweatpants. I don't own any, but I'm not against sweatpants. But what I am against is people showing up at a receiver wearing dirty clothes and smelling like you haven't taken a shower in a week. Like, you know, you smell like a dead animal, basically. And it's like, why in the world do people do that? They have no pride, no courtesy, no whatsoever. And the shippers and receivers are sitting there going, really? This guy has no pride, makes us all look bad. That's a bonehead. If you make a mistake, I don't think you're a bonehead. People try to do the best. Most of the people who watch videos, you know, especially the ones eager to learn, aren't boneheads. But I do get a lot of hate on a lot of Bonehead Truckers videos because, you know, well, you filmed someone from my company, that must be bad, you're a bad guy. Or someone parked wrong and, well, you shouldn't do that. You know, well, you know, yeah, I should. You know, I think I have the, you know, the source to get the word out to newer drivers like, hey, this is unacceptable. You know, do your best at what you can do. Mistakes will happen. I remember when I was a rookie, you know, I made a mistake. I didn't think it was a mistake at the time until someone pointed it out to me, you know. And I have thick skin. I can deal with it. You know, I pulled into a place, you know, dropped the trailer. And I left probably about 8 or 9 feet between me and the other trailer. And the yard guy came in. He come in all yelling at me and said, why don't you have a little bit more pride in your work? Get a little closer to that trailer. Right? And I was probably 3 months in to my career. Okay? So, and he was right. I needed more pride in what that, you know, I needed to get closer to the other trailer. That way they could have more room for get other trailers in. Okay? I didn't get mad at the guy. I remember it because I learned from it. I think drivers need to have thick skin to deal with stuff out here. I mean, we get so defensive about everything, you know, and it's like, you know what? Why don't you learn something from it? We don't know everything. We can all learn something. We can all learn something. But it's just like, get so defensive. Why? Alright, so that's my bonehead. That's the reason why I do Bonehead Truckers. Is to educate. You know, and get the word out that, you know, you should have pride in your work. Don't be a bonehead. Try your best, whatever you do. So, don't throw bags of crap out. Really. And think about other drivers. Think about the other drivers around you. You know, it's not that hard. Because we're all trying to share the same places. Share the same place. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. It's late, man. Alright, watch more videos. You know, you may see me look different because I don't have all this. That's because it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, stay tuned for more updates as well. And I'll do a road trucker review sometime, whatever. Alright, 73.